Gemini, and welcome to Sincere Tarot. This is your December reading, and your theme is judgment. There is going to be a reckoning, a great awakening, a crossroads. Everything that you've been working for is going to come to the surface. This can actually also mean a judgment when it comes to some sort of legal battle or a huge decision. This is something that cannot be ignored. This is a big one, so let's see what's in store for you. What does Gemini need to know for December? Ooh. Whoa. Okay, I have to say that when I was shuffling, this fell out, and this is also your outcome, the Queen of Wands, okay? So I see this is going to be very intense. We have got 1, 2, 3 major arcana cards. This is not just intense in your three-dimensional life, very spiritual as well. I feel like a lot of parts, goals that you came to this planet Earth for are going to be hit during this December, okay? You might want to look at the astrology for this month as well. So in the past, in the background, leading into the situation is the Ten of Swords. That is pain, suffering, stress, but you finally, it's almost like a surrender, like, okay, it's enough, I give up. Yes, there's a lot of stress, but it is a 10 and it is the ending of it, right? 10s are the finishing of a cycle, right? Which is maybe why you have this reckoning. Now you've got a big decision to make. Also, even though it is really stressful, it means that it's finally over. At least this phase is over. And there is a volcano with a fire cat in the background, which is an amazing positive new sign. If this extremely difficult thing in the recent past didn't happen, this painful ending, right? It would not have created this new potential amazing future. So even with destruction comes new life. Your energy at this moment is the Chariot. So because, I mean, for some of you, you might be in this moment a little bit reckless, maybe acting and saying and doing things without really thinking, or not even like not thinking, you're just not caring so much, like stepping on people's toes, right? But this can also be manifested in many of you in regards to just being like, screw it, I'm gonna do what I want. Like you've gone through all of this suffering in the past. You're like, you know what? I'm just gonna do whatever the hell I want to do. I'm gonna go for what I want. I don't care what other people think. So this can be a very powerful energy as well. And what you need to know about is the High Priest. So I feel like you might be going back for higher education. You might be wanting to move up the ladder in your job. You might be wanting to have higher status. You also might be looking into spirituality in a more traditional kind of role with rituals, okay? For a lot of you, I feel like this may be work related. It might be you want to be your own boss. You want to create something new. You want to be the owner of it, you know? Because the energy, because you've got this, I'll show you. So this is you, this is what you need to know, and this is the energy in between. So the energy in between, we've got the 7 of Pentacles, so that is just, you know, growth, that is creating wealth. This is creating like fertile soil for growth. This also could be, what's that called? Passive income, things like that. Investments finally paying off. Also investments potentially in your physical body. Like if you hadn't been, some of you, if you hadn't been healthy, it might be finally seen, okay, your body's regenerating, you're getting, you know, blood and things like that. So everything's coming to the surface now. You're going to be getting some success, right? Of things that you've been putting a lot of hard work and effort and investment in one manner or another. You're awesome, okay? And your outcome is the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is someone who is like, I'm me, this is who I am. And like, they're very kind-hearted as well. Like, so it's not like, I feel as though in this energy that you have in the present moment with the Chariot might be a little bit kind of almost bulldozing a little bit sometimes because you're so focused on you and what you want, because you had to surrender previously. But this energy is a really beautiful balance because it's, you know, authentically being you, standing true to what's correct for you spiritually, you know, but also being so kind and so loving and just like really caring about people, and maybe even potentially reaching out to people. I do feel as though a lot of you will, you know, want to, because what you need to know is being aspected by the Page of Pentacles. And in this deck, that often means upgrading your skills, increasing your knowledge base, just doing research, maybe even writing a book, some of you, maybe even listening to lots of podcasts. But I think you are just really deciding, I want to be at the top. I want to own my own business. I want to be a successful entrepreneur, or I want to make it to the top of whatever industry I'm in, maybe within a particular business or an offshoot or whatever. You will come to balance, right? Because you are being aspected by the Temperance card. So, through patience, care and love, you will get there, right? It's patience, perseverance, feeling things out, trying new things, balance, all of that. So I feel as though you've just had a huge wake-up call and you're just going to go for exactly what you want. And that is amazing. And it's come from suffering in the past, right? So at the end of the day, suffering is horrible, but sometimes, we need to be thankful for that suffering, because it can push us to, become greater than what we thought we ever could be, right? Let's get some aspecting cards, and then we are going to get some advice cards so you can get the best situation possible. So what does Gemini need to know for December, please and thank you. Interesting. Okay, so 100%. Okay, things are difficult in the past and they're a little bit stressful still right now, but they're looking really a lot more stable and solid and balanced in the future, okay? And you will come out on top, right? So look, in the past, in the background, we've got that painful Ten of Swords that's being aspected by the Magician, right? It was actually because of surrendering to the way that things used to be. It was actually that giving up that allowed you to manifest this new opportunity, right? I do feel as though you might be, because you're coming up as the Chariot, and that's being aspected by the Seven of Cups debauch. So please be careful that you're not drinking too much or doing toxic behaviors, maybe having some, addictive coping mechanisms that maybe are coming up from the past that never really completely went away. And at the end of the day, this energy is bringing everything up to the surface. So it's kind of like, it's not like, oh, you're failing if you're having any addictive or negative behaviors. It's like, hello, that was already there. It's coming up now because it's ready to be dealt with, right? But just be careful about that energy, okay? Because sometimes that combination can be a little bit reckless. So please be careful. You're going to get, I feel like, a lot of synchronicities and a lot of divine messages that are going to be absolutely guiding you. We've got the High Priest clarified by the Eight of Wands swiftness. They're going to come really fast. And it can be not just synchronicities. It can very easily be like emails, songs that you keep the same one with the same message, like social media, like busy, lots of activity in your life. Like, this is going to be hard to ignore, and you're not going to ignore it. I feel as though you might have a bit of a defeatist attitude. This is the energy in between, but the thing is, I feel like it was actually your defeats that made you work that much harder, that made you invest in yourself. It's almost like every time you had a defeat or a stress, it's almost like you planted a new seed of something else that you wanted, right? Are you the type of person that when you're like pushed against a rock in a hard place, that's when you really persevere? Because that's kind of the energy that I'm getting, right? Your outcome, the Queen of Wands, is being aspected by the Four of Discs. So I feel a lot more stability, a little bit more conservative in the future when it comes to money and security. Definitely not making reckless decisions and things like that. Just thinking about the foundation of your future and beginning to build on that. I feel as though like upgrading your skills and learning potentially even a brand new trade is really going to be quite healing for you and really help calm your mind as well, because obviously you've been clearly stressed in the past. But I feel like once you're progressing in this potentially new path of making money or having some sort of a job, I feel like your mind is really going to be set at ease and you're really going to enjoy it. In fact, going and like researching and learning about this new skill and opportunity, I think is really going to calm your mind, and also that, being patient and also just like keep maintaining your integrity, keeping the high road. It is possible some of you might actually be moving to a different part of the world potentially, or working with something very different, some of you, than what you had before. So that's amazing. I just want to get one more outcome card. Okay, yeah. Amazing Empress energy, and it doesn't matter if you're male or female, being like the Empress, the divine mother goddess, and also just someone who totally like owns it and just runs the show, and it's almost like just her presence is very commanding as well, but gentle, but organized. So yeah, I think this is amazing. Let's get some, so it's going to be tough, but it's going to be so well worth it, and you're going to get results a lot faster than you realize. All right, what advice do we have for Gemini for December, please and thank you? So your first advice card is the Magician, all right? If it wasn't for this pain in the past, figuring out what you really don't want, you wouldn't have figured out what you do want. So you are in an amazing manifesting energy. So you might also want to be doing visualizations about how you see your life in the long run, because your manifestations are going to be so much more powerful at this moment in time. The second advice card, we have got the Two of Wands. So start again planning about where you see your life in the future, in the long run. Start making some long-term plans. Have a long-term vision, because you're going to get there. Third advice card, Nine of Pentacles. You should be very proud of yourself. Even whether you're with someone or not, you're very good, or you're in the energy of being very good at making your own independent wealth, okay? This is the independent wealth card. And also, treat yourself as well. You deserve to treat yourself with how far you've come, okay? But don't go overboard, because your final advice card is the Knight of Pentacles. So this is someone who's very conservative with money, doesn't really make many risks. They're like so safe, and to the point where they can be boring when it comes to decisions, right? But it's safe, and I feel like that you need to be safe with money right now, okay? If you'd like a private reading, send me an email or check out my website in the description below. Thank you to everyone who subscribed, and definitely hit the notification bell so that, because my videos don't really get recommended to my subscribers for some reason. Thank you also to everyone who's liked, shared, commented below. Really appreciate it, and it helps me out so much. I do monthly, mid-monthly readings and all that good stuff. And oh, you can follow me on social media. And if you're still here, secret bonus card. Ooh. Princess of Pentacles, you've got amazing ideas. Just manifest them. Continue to manifest them in a very practical manner. You got this. You can create wealth. Like, you're a manifestor in the physical. All right, have a great month. Bye.